Look at that.
Mel's out for a run at the moment. She's been gagging for a run. Literally, she doesn't go a day without doing something. So we got up early, obviously for the plane. So yeah, she's been itching to get out. So she's finally out for a run. I've done a bit of activation and mobility. So it's now about 6:15 in the evening. Still very light outside. I've got down here little cranberry and raspberry drink, so I'm not gonna have any more caffeine for the night. And yeah, I'm just gonna chill out now. So nice view. Here we go, get ready. Look at that. Warsaw in all its glory. So Hyrox, overall it went well. About a minute quicker than a few months ago. A few months ago, for the 8 kilometers, my run total was about 28.5 minutes. This time round, my total run time was about 30 minutes and 30 seconds. In Turin a few months ago, although I was running quick, I actually felt really good on the stations. I think though in the last few months, I did put a lot of emphasis on training in terms of each station, other than the burpees, but we'll get to that. But what I probably didn't do enough of is compromised running sessions. And after so hit the first K, felt good. There's me and about 4 other people, so in a leading pack. Got into the first station, the Skierg. I'm decent, I'm good. You know, I think if I can cover 1,000 meters in about 4 minutes, 3:55, I'm quite happy with that. Quite a lightweight guy, so I'm never going to be the quickest at that, because the bigger guys can really, you know, put their body weight into each stroke. So yeah, so about 5 of us, including myself, in there, and I think I was about 4th out. Sled push, second station. When I did that, I just knew straight away that maybe I didn't do enough compromised running sessions. My legs felt just like jelly, and that was very different to Turin. I think when I hit the runs, I just felt better. I had more pop in my legs. This time around, absolutely not. So I almost just got stuck in this groove where each lap on the run, I was pretty much doing the same. I had a pace locked in, but positively, I felt quicker on all the stations, bar the burpees, and that's what we're going to get to. So if anything, I went backwards on them, because my burpee time this time round was like just under 7 minutes, so actually slower than Turin, which I've got mixed feelings about. I'm proud that I can still knock out a 106 Hyrox with such a slow burpees time. Mel, my wife, watched me. She said, you know, she couldn't hide it. The burpees were awful, Richard. So when she looks at me on every other station in the run, you know, she describes me as looking like an athlete. And then when it got to burpees, I think she spoke about Bambi on ice, and she actually encouraged me to get a clip of Bambi on ice and put it into this video, and I was like, absolutely not. She also encouraged me to show a video that she took of me doing the burpees, just how bad it was. I said to her, no Mel, absolutely not. You know, this is the second episode of my YouTube channel. I want people to think that I've got something about me. If I do that, I'm just going to lose all credibility. So absolutely not. I'm happy to talk about how bad I am, but showing you is something completely different. So yeah, just under 7 minutes, and when I think about that again, people are completing Hyrox maybe half hour, 45 minutes slower than me, but actually doing burpees quicker than me. I'm not quite sure why, if I'm honest. I've good mobility. I can jump really well, in terms of, like, I spent time previously doing plyometrics, and I can jump really good. I've got a good spring in my step. I don't know why I just cannot put it together in terms of burpees and make it work. So that is the Hyrox experience, but certainly it went well. Here's some pictures, and here, and here, and here, and here. And I must say, I think I was looking quite strong in them. But anyway, what next? I'll be doing some of this. Definitely, I'm going to be doing some running. Some of this. And this. Cut! Who put the burpee video in there? I said cut! Some of this. Some of this. Some of this. Another bit of hanging. Okay, that's just a few of the regular exercises that I do and that I will be doing going forward. To give some perspective, today's Sunday. I'm out for an easy run. It's the Sunday the following weekend from Hyrox, so it's been 8 days since Hyrox, and it's been a very light week, to be fair. You know, call it recovery week. I've dipped my toe in a little bit in terms of adding in a few harder sessions, but nothing too intense. And this week, you know, there's not been any specific purpose. It's been about maintaining, keeping ticking over, and enjoying myself a little bit. I've indulged myself in a little bit of chocolate eating. Okay. If you follow me on Facebook or friends with me on Facebook, maybe not a little bit of chocolate eating, maybe a lot of chocolate eating. But it's all about sustainable balance, people. I promised myself for a few months, I upped the training for Hyrox, I ate relatively clean, and I promised myself a little bit of a lot of chocolate, and that's what I did. Going forward, after this recovery week, I'm still going to stay in what I'm going to say or describe as a non-specific phase. So my marathon block is going to start in July, 1st or 2nd week of July, for an October marathon. Now of course I want to start in July feeling fit and ready to take it on, but what I'm not going to do is between now and July be really specific. So in July I know that running volume is going to go up, my mobility and strength will still stay the same, but what's going to decrease is maybe things like rowing, ski erg, bike riding. There's going to be times where I wake up in the morning and think, oh, I can't be bothered to do this run today. But I suppose if I want to achieve and tick the box and achieve the plan, I'm going to have to. Between now and July, when that marathon block starts, I'm going to give myself a lot more freedom. I'm going to give myself permission to stay flexible in terms of the plan. I want to keep fitness, so if it's a Sunday and I wake up, got a long run, it's massive winds, loads of rain, why not jump on the indoor bike? Could go to the gym, go on the cross trainer. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, what can you call it? An off season, an off period, a pre-non-specific phase. And I think it's important to have these periods of time. I think a lot of club runners, myself included previously, it's this constant same training week in, week out, and I think the only time where their volume drops is when they get injured. So you know, you're forced to stop, to lower the running volume. So I'm making the choice. I'm going to be doing lots of different exercises, a lot more freedom. I think that's good for the body, good for the mind, but I will be ready to start increasing the mileage for the marathon build in July. My body will be prepared and strong. I'm still going to be running, and I'm still going to be running relatively high volume in comparison to a lot of people, but there's going to be a lot more freedom. What it doesn't mean is that I just let myself go completely and get to July feeling like an overweight slob. You know, I've still got to be slightly dialed in terms of nutrition, in terms of training, but I suppose what's the training effect that I'm aiming for, and can that be achieved in a different way rather than constantly being on the grind of running? So next few weeks between now and July, that's the plan. I look forward to sharing some content with you regarding how I'm getting on, what I'm doing, what different exercises I've been doing, and some hints and tips. Longevity remains the #1 key within all of this, and everything else that I do contributes to that. So, sustainable balance. But thanks for watching, and I suppose knowing people are watching, it just, you know, hopefully it's gonna hold me accountable, and yeah, it's a good thing. It's a nice feeling. So I hope your training's going well, and certainly like the video, subscribe, all that jazz. All right, thank you.